Good morning guys, welcome back to another video. We're back on the garden house. I have picked up some more of the matting. I'm going to lay that matting down today. I'm going to show you how to test it, very important. And then we're going to get the self-leveling done. So that's the plan for today. So we're going to crack on. Alright guys, so this is where we ended yesterday. As you can see, I ran out, did up inside here as well, to the bathroom there. I've got another set, I think it's two and a half square meters, and I'm going to use that to do this last bit here, run it across, and then we're going to test the system, and yeah, then we're going to pour the self-level. Okay guys, we have laid out the two mats, so there's two separate systems. If you need to extend the system, you can basically join them together in parallel. So that simply means connecting the negative and the negative of one of the mats, the positive and the positive together, and then you're connecting that to the system. So that's how you extend it. So each system requires a certain amount of amps, and every time you add a system, you need to add up the total amps. I think this system allows up to 23 amps, if I'm correct. So as long as you don't go past that, then you wouldn't need to sort of add other stuff in to make it work. So we have two mat systems here. We've got the largest mat, which is a 10-meter system, which is 1500 watts, 6.5 amps. And also I've just installed another 2 square meters, so we have a total of 12 square meters, and that is 300 watts. So in total we have 1800 watts to cover the whole floor. So the 2 square meters is 1.3 amps. So in total we have 7.8 amps. Okay, that's the total system. Now once you've installed this, you're not supposed to connect the power to it because this is 240 volts. So you're not supposed to liven the system. What you do is you do a resistance test. So you will need one of these. You can get a simple, basic, cheap one like this if you haven't got one. You need to basically test the resistance of the cables before you pour the self-level and make sure that they correspond to what they should be in the manual. And then you make a note of that. Once we pour the self-level and it's dry, we come back and test it again to make sure that the ohms reading is correct. And then you should be good to go. So we have two systems in here. The 2 square meter system should be reading 176 ohms, and the 10 square meters should be reading 35 ohms. So we're going to read the 2 square meter one, which we just done first. Let's see if we get 176 ohms, or at least very close to that. So I'm just going to grab the cable, which we have here. We have a live and neutral, and we have an earth as well. So they tell you how to test this. Let's get that section now. Measuring up the nuts. ABCA. Right, so they give you this sort of warning bit here, and you're supposed to write the readings down here. So you've got initial readings, you've got A, B, and C. So A reading is you have to measure the resistance between the center core wires, so that's the live and neutral, and they say the margin should be within 10%. So we know what, I think we said 176, so our margin is 10%. Up plus or minus. The next reading is between the center core 1, which we will take for our live, and the earth, and this should come up as an overload or indefinite. And C is between core 2, which will be our negative in this case, and earth, and it should also read the same. So then you write the readings down here, A, B, C, your initial readings. And then once it's laid and after completion, i.e. after it's self-leveled and dried, and I come back in here, you can test it after you do the self-level as well, but I'm not going to have access to the cables because they're right at the back of the room and I've got to work my way out. So unfortunately I can't test them straight after. I'm going to have to wait till it's dry. When I come back I can test it. So let's try the first test of the live and neutral and see what resistance that I get on those. Okay, what am I supposed to get? 176. So here's our live and neutral. So I'll put this one on my live and this one on my neutral. So let's see what we're coming up with. 10.2. Right. This is the 2 meter. Which one is this? This is the 2 meter one. Two square meters. 176. Alright guys, so my last meter was dodgy, something wrong with it, definitely was not reading right. I suspected there was something wrong with it, so I had to go out and buy another one real quick. So let's try it again. So we're going to go to ohms reading. I'm going to start off at 200, so you see here. So let's see what readings we get now. So we're going between the live and neutral cables. Let's see. And we have 175, so that's sounding a bit better. I think we're supposed to have, let me just double check. We are supposed to have 176 plus or minus 10%. So we're almost spot on with that.
Perfect.
Yeah. 175. So that's good to go. Happy with that. So we're going to check the other one, which is the 10 meter cable, or the 10 meter squared circuit. Should be 35 ohms. Let's see what we get on this one. Should be 35 ohms plus or minus 10%. And we are 32.5. So 10% will give us, yeah, minus 10%. So yeah, that's within range. So we're good to go now. So yeah, we're good to pour this concrete. Alright guys, so we are done. As you can see, floor has been done, self-leveled all the way back. Obviously I can't go in. It's all done, so yeah, we got to leave it to set now. And when I come back, I'll do my tests again, make sure we got a good readings, and then I can switch it on and we can see if this thing works. So guys, that's it for us today. Me and my brother-in-law is coming to help me today. MJ's still not in. I think he's going to be back on Monday now, he's saying. So yeah, I'm done for today. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope you learned something from it as well. Any questions or comments, make sure you leave them below, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.